Okay, so this is for machine design.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so have you heard about Anil about theories of failures?
Yes, sir.
Why do we have theories of failure? Why there is a need to have theories of failure?
Sir, when we found the Young's modulus in UTM, there will we found only for uniaxial loading, like only tensile test. But in practical real life, there is a load act. Not only one direction load is acting, many directions load are acting. Shear, not only like tensile force, all compressive and shear force, that kind of force is acting, sir. In order to find the where the material is failing, we will take the help of theories of failure.
So how theories of failures make it easy for you to design the component?
Suppose if I am using the ductile material, I'll go for the so ductile materials are weak in shear. I'll use Tresca's theory for finding. If I using the brittle material are weak in tension, I'll use the Rankine theory for that. So I'll get to know where the what is the actual strength of the component. From that value, I can design the component.
Okay, so can you define me the maximum shear stress theory?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead. What is maximum shear stress theory? Define it.
Sir, mathematically, can I, sir?
No. Obviously, it is a mathematical statement only.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Like, sir, I don't know theoretically, but I know mathematically how it will act.
Define mathematically.
Yes, sir. Suppose the component is loaded three-dimensionally, sir. So I'll take sigma 1 as a one principal stress, sigma 2 as a second principal stress, sigma 3 as a third principal stress. The failure will be takes place when I take magnitude of this value, and if I take that subtraction of those two values, I'll get the maximum shear stress which is acting. Otherwise, tau is equal to SSY.
Define it in another way.
Maximum shear stress is equal to shear stress at
okay, I will write it for you. You just explain it to me, okay?
Sir, is this correct, sir? Tau is equal to SSY by FOS.
Sorry?
Tau is equal to SSY. Shear stress at yield is divided by FOS.
What is the meaning of that?
The shear stress which is the for suppose I want to define the FOS for that component, I'll find the shear stress at maximum shear stress at yield point, and I'll divide it by with the working stress.
Have I written it correctly?
Yes, sir.
What does it mean?
Sir, tau max is that maximum stress which is induced during the working, sir. Tau y is that shear maximum shear stress limit, sir. While I'm working, the stress induced in the component should be less than the shear stress of that material.
Okay, I will give you a hint. You said that normally, since we are having the this material properties for uniaxial loading.
Yes, sir.
So we take the help of those properties and try to relate it to the actual loading condition.
Yes, sir.
Can you now explain me a little better way?
That only the maximum shear stress induced in the material or ductile material should be less than the shear stress at maximum shear stress of that components. That am I correct?
Okay, explain it now. Okay, what are you saying?
Yes, sir. That maximum shear stress at that in the maximum shear stress induced in the component should be less than the shear stress of that particular component for that particular bodies. Suppose if I take some steel, mild steel, suppose it is having the 200.
You this one. Which one is correct? This is correct, or this is correct?
Third one is correct, sir. Tau max is equal to SYT by 2 into FOS. Third one, sir. Yes, sir.
This is wrong.
Yes, sir. That is wrong,
Why?
sir. Uh, Sir, shear stress at yield strength at, sir. I'm defining like formulas like.
You just explain it. What is there in formula? It is everything. The formula I have already given you. Just explain
Yes,
it.
sir.
What I'm saying.
Sir, strength induced at tension will be strength of the material when it is in tension will be
Okay.
sorry, sir. I'll do it, sir. Shear strength will be half of the strength of the material at yield in tension. SYT is equal to SSY by 2. Sir.
Okay. So what is fatigue failure?
Fatigue failure that comes due to the cyclic loading, sir. The material will be get failed before the yield.
Why it will get failed before the yield?
Because of cyclic loading, sir. Suppose when I take any component, there will be a number of number of this one holes will be there. Some kind of impurity will be, sir. When it is operating in cyclic way, it will get
That same material, when you are getting subjecting to static loading, internal structure, let's say it is the same.
yes, sir. But here the magnitude and direction both are changing at simultaneously.
Okay, that's okay. But why it will fail at a value you are saying less than yield? Why it is happening so?
Sir, because it is more dangerous compared to like here we
Dangerous. That's what I'm saying.
sorry, sir.
How it became dangerous?
How it become dangerous? That that's only magnitude and directions are always. If I get into the little bit of molecular level, when I am applying cyclic load, sir, its entropy will be increased due to the friction. When I am doing like this, friction will be generated. When I am again doing like this, again friction will be generated, sir. Both way will be friction will be generated, so that my body will be having more entropy. When I come to that little bit of molecular level, the entropy will be
We
more.
never studied about the entropy in terms of entropy.
Sir, I heard this in one.
In terms of entropy.
Yes, sir. Entropy in the sense disorderness of that component will
That
be more.
always happen. That always happen. But okay, it is a kind of approach that you can apply. But I never study that approach in this particular section.
Sir,
Where you
I
connect.
heard
Hmm?
I in one book I read this one, sir.
So entropy, obviously, every time whatever, if you are bringing some kind of sort of energy you are supplying over there, so entropy in any case is going to increase. Even if
But
I will simply just pull it, isn't it
but
increasing the entropy?
but not in as
I'm
significant as.
increasing it.
Yes,
It
yes,
is
yes,
not
yes.
increasing the entropy.
It is increasing, sir, not as that much significantly it will be.
So what? Okay. Okay. So let's say uh, just you know. Okay. So let's say a component is subjected to completely reverse stresses, bending stresses.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just leave it that way. I will give you another question. Let's say component is subjected to completely reversed axial stresses. And if you want to
It is,
design that component for infinite life, how will you design?
sir, completely reversed axial load, sir.
Yes.
Sir, may I know the load how it will be acting? Like I'm not visualizing that how axially cyclic load.
That you have to tell me what is the meaning of completely reverse axial load.
Completely reversed axial load.
Okay, let's say if you want to design a component subjected to completely reverse bending stresses
Yes, sir.
for infinite life,
Yes, sir.
how will you design that?
Yes, sir.
Just tell me what is there in it.
Sir, I'll use this one, sir. Soderbergh theory in this one, sir. I'll find the amplitude and the mean shear stress, sir. I for that particular component, I know endurance limit of that component and SSY for that
But
component.
do you think that in completely reverse bending stress there is amplitude of stress?
No, when I am calculating, uh, it will be get zero, sir. Like if those two values are same, then that will be get.
My
Uh,
the question is, if a component is subjected to completely reverse bending stresses, will the amplitude of stress be zero or not?
sir, amplitude will be there, sir. Mean will be zero, sir.
But you are saying that Soderbergh and this that it should have if it is having mean value and amplitude of the stress.
Yes, sir. For that one component, I'll make equal to zero, sir. While
Why you?
finding
Hmm?
that mean value will be zero, sir. For that, the one term will be get equated to zero, sir. From this, I'll design the
How will you
material.
design?
If
How will you design? What is the criteria?
sir, anyway, I know the amplitude, sir. I know the this one, sir. Sorry, I know the amplitude and I know the endurance limit, sir. I'll find the FOS of for that and like that I'll
Mhm. Where is that? Okay, you what you ignored? You ignored
mean.
mean.
Yes, sir.
Mhm. So what is the criteria? You just simply explain it. That is okay equation. I know that. I'm asking you, what is the criteria?
Criteria, sir. Little bit simple way
How
criteria.
is what becomes the limit to design that component?
What is a limit?
Limiting stress is what? What is the limiting stress?
Below the endurance, sir.
Mhm. Can you show me that on the where I can show that? On which diagram I can show it?
Sir, not getting that much.
Okay, okay. Let me just give you the feedback now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Anil, first is theories of failure. Okay, initially you explained it. Okay, right. But when it came to like explaining what is the meaning of theories of failure, you are not able to explain it. You're saying that whenever there is a case of complex loading, every theory tried to relate the failure mode to the simple normal loading test that is done in UTM, because those properties can be easily calculated in that particular setup.
Yes, sir.
So, for example, maximum shear stress theory, what it does, it says, let's say if you're having component, it is subjected to multiple stresses, then the maximum value of the shear stress induced anywhere inside the material, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is how it says the failure of the material will occur when the maximum value of the shear stress induced inside the material anywhere in any particular plane will become equal to the value of the shear stress when the material starts yielding in simple tension or compression test.
Yes, sir. That is SSY, if I am not wrong. Correct, sir?
Right?
Shear
So
stress at yield point.
this is the stress strain diagram. You are having yield over here, right?
Yes,
In a
sir.
simple tension. So it says that maximum value of, where is that? Maximum value of the shear stress induced anywhere becomes equal to what? The value of the shear stress
Stress at yield.
when the material started yielding.
Yes, sir.
When material started yielding, at that point, what was the shear stress?
Yes, sir.
So as per that, it is almost half of that shear stress value, sigma by 2. Somewhere I showed you, like sigma by 2. So
Yes,
this
sir.
and this is same thing, right? But
Yes.
more appropriately, you have to write it this way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But this is the inequality. Matlab, that means this is what I have written is for the safe design. This condition I have written it for the safe design.
Yes, sir.
This condition is for safe design. That means for the safe design, this value should always be less than this,
Yes, sir.
right? Or in terms of this, if you want to say, you will say opposite. That means failure of the material will occur. I can write this way. Tau max becomes greater than tau y, meaning the same.
Yes,
The
sir.
failure of the material will occur when the maximum value of the shear stress induced becomes equal to the value of the shear stress when the yielding starts.
Yes,
उससे
sir.
ऊपर होगी तो it is going to, so meaning the same. This is for safe design. This is for this.
Yes, sir.
This is the same thing. This one, this is safe thing. This one is also same thing. Only difference being when I apply the factor of safety, then I
Yes,
can
sir.
use the sign of inequality. Oh, sorry, equality over here. That is the only difference. This one and this one is also same. What is the difference? When I am using the factor of safety, then definitely I can equate it.
Yes, sir.
That's the only difference. So this is the condition for safe design.
Yes, sir.
Got my point?
Yes,
So,
sir.
so if you have, this is how all the theories explain in the same way. All the theories explain same concept remains everywhere in all the theories. Difference being the approach is different. Somewhere they have used the concept of shear, somewhere they have used the concept of principal stress, somewhere they have used the strain energy, somewhere they have used shear strain energy, but everyone is comparing with the yield point comparison. Shear strain energy, shear strain energy corresponding to yield.
Yes, sir.
Shear stress corresponding to yield. Principal stress corresponding to yield. This is the only comparison.
Yes,
So just see it. Okay, just revise it.
yes, sir.
Fatigue failure. You're saying if you're giving any statement, then you must be able to justify it.
Yes, sir.
You're saying that it will fail at a value less than yield point. Okay, I understand. But why it happened so? Why it happened? So it happened because the nature of failure is entirely different. In case of this fatigue failure, the failure of the material starts with the generation of the crack,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and the crack propagates. And for the material generation of the crack, the amount of stress or the force required will be less compared to the amount of stress required to pull it or compress it.
Yes, sir.
That is why it is. The common example given is of wire.
Yes,
If
sir.
you want
I
to break
can.
wire, you don't pull it,
Yes, sir.
you don't
I'll.
compress. What you do? Slow.
Yes.
So by doing this, what happens? By doing this, basically you get to see you're opening the grains. Sorry, opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closes. In this process, the grain somewhere discontinuity gets generated.
Propagation will be more, so that material will fail, sir.
One first part is the generation of the discontinuity inside the material.
Yes, sir.
Opening the grains, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing. So in the process, somewhere the bond will break inside. So if that breaks, then obviously that is a discontinuity. And further, as you continue, again that discontinuity will, more bonds will break, bigger discontinuity, and that process goes on until when it is comes on the surface.
Yes, sir.
So that is why, because the nature, the way the actually failure starts is entirely different. So that is why the amount of force required will be less. Whereas in pulling, you have to pull the planes where you need to pull when you're stretching it. So amount of force required to pull all those planes will be too large. You cannot separate them.
Sir, here also we have to bend more planes and unbend more planes. There also it will also become same.
No. One is stretching. In stretching, you are making the material to yield. That means you are all together at the same time. You are stretching so many bonds. You are trying to break so many bonds, which is not so easy. Whereas in this case, you are not doing that. One by one process is going on. Somewhere inside the material that discontinuity will get generated.
Yes, sir. To justify this answer, we have to say the propagation of the crack will be very faster. We should. Okay.
It
Okay.
is not a process of faster or slower.
Yes.
You can make it faster and slower by applying more load. If you want to take more time, then apply low load slowly.
Yes.
It will take time. But if you want to fast more load,
Yes, sir.
the crack, that means it will fail early. That is how it is. But crack generation is the more. This is how basically, because mechanism is entirely different. That is how the. That is why this normally at a stress value lower than the yield, it may fail. I asked you about the completely reverse axial
Axial.
stresses. You are not aware, but okay. Then I ask you about the completely reverse bending stresses. How we had drawn the SN diagram. We had drawn the SN diagram, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you draw the SN diagram?
Yes, sir. Sir, it is one second, sir.
This is the SN diagram, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is the endurance limit.
Yes, sir.
What is the endurance limit? This is the maximum amplitude of the completely reverse stress. Your maximum value of stress, you are having only the amplitude only. In completely reverse stress, you are having the amplitude only.
Yes, sir.
So this is the maximum amplitude of the completely reverse stress. This you have no mean. So you are having only amplitude. So amplitude is Sn only. Yes, this is Sn, or what do you call it? S or Sc. This is the maximum amplitude of completely reverse bending stress.
Yes.
This specimen can carry for unlimited number of stress cycles. It
Yes,
is the
sir.
same. Let
I
us say
have to.
this stress amplitude is, let us say, 100. So it means 100 amplitude means stress, maximum amplitude of stress or maximum stress, meaning the same. So this is 100, right? So
Yes.
if this is 100, so at this is the, let us say, megapascal. So this 100 megapascal can be carried for unlimited number of stress cycles, meaning the same. I'm writing it over 100. This amplitude is 100. So if this amplitude of completely reversed bending stress can be carried for unlimited number of stress cycles without any crack generation,
Yes, sir.
then I will call the same amplitude of stress as endurance limit.
Yes, sir.
Endurance limit is not something new term. It is the amplitude of stress only. But that amplitude of stress in completely reverse bending stress, which can be carried for unlimited number of stress cycles without fatigue failure, without crack generation. So if I will apply any stress amplitude lesser than that, if I will apply any stress amplitude lesser than 100,
Infinite life will be we can get from
if
that
I can
component.
obtain infinite life at this, then why cannot I get a value of infinite life? Why can't I get the infinite life at a value less than this? Whether it is 99, 98, 80, 50, whatever value you apply. So that means any value of the stress which is less than, or any value of, more accurately, any value of completely reverse bending stress, sorry, any maximum amplitude of completely reverse bending stress, which is lower than this, can
Yes,
be
sir.
carried for unlimited stress cycle. Got my point?
Yes,
That
sir.
is
Sir, I want to know completely reversed axial diagram, like how it will.
completely reverse. What is a completely reverse? So I am applying the force on both sides. 100 compressive,
Hmm.
then 50 compressive, 0 compressive, then go on pulling, 50 tensile, 60 tensile, 100 tensile. Again, 80 tensile, 70 tensile, 50 tensile, 0 tensile, 0, then minus 20, minus 50, this.
Yes, sir. If I show it should it will be like this, sir. Same magnitude. If I show in bar, it will
Yes,
be like this.
yes, plus minus, you can say plus minus 100, plus minus 50, whatever you want to
Same
show.
magnitude.
Same
Yes, sir.
again. That is on completely reverse axial.
Yes.
Okay. So that is, so
Okay.
see the chapter, studied it, still you are not ready with it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So just go through the topic, refer to book,
Yes.
any book, maybe Bhandari you can refer. That is
Bandari.
what
Yes.
the job. Bhandari has explained this topic very well.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Anil. Okay. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.